legal means. But it is saying here, it is now defining leadership, that leadership is when the people agree that someone is the leader, is the leader. Forget about the means. The means may be legal or illegal. If he has gone to leadership, if he has assumed leadership through a means that the Sharia does not recognize, he stands to be punished for doing that. But that does not destroy the validity of his leadership. Al-Imam al-Barbahari, alayhi rahmatullah, in his book Shaykh Sunnah, he also made a similar statement. He said, Man wali al-khilafa, the one who assumes leadership, bi ijma'in nasi alayhi, by the fact that the people assemble around him and say, yes, you are our leader, wa ridahum bihi, and they are being pleased with him, fahuwa amirul mu'minin, he is for that, because they gather around him and say, yes, you are our leader, he is amirul mu'minin. So we should not say, no, he cannot be amirul mu'minin because he was voted him by democracy. If the person who killed 100 people can become amirul mu'minin, he has his sin for killing 100 people to become amir. But his being the amir is not disturbed, is not contended in the Sharia once he is established that the people gather and say, yes, we agree that he's amir. He will answer for his killing of 100 people. So if killing 100 people does not invalidate the validity, the acceptability of the amirship of an amir, then the one who didn't kill any person, perhaps, all things being equal, and then he assumes the leadership, and yet the people gather around him and say, yes, you are the leader, is a better leader in terms of how they became the leader, and especially in the validity of their leadership in the Sharia. So this is why when people even go and assume leadership, maybe by kingship, we can't say, no, kingship is not recognized in the Sharia, that it has to be by king and all this. It is istikhlaf, because it can also be that it is the dying king that say, no, if I die, let so and so be the king. So once the people say, yes, he is the leader, he's the leader. So if you go to other countries where there are Muslims, the Muslims gather and say, yes, this is our leader, he's their leader. Whether he rules for 200 years, he's their leader if he is capable of living for as long. So the leader of the Muslims, the leader of the people, is the person who, like Al-Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal said, and after him Al-Imam al-Barbahari, alayhi rahmatullah, in his book Shaykh Sunnah, that man wali al-khilafa, the one who assumes leadership, bi ijma'in nasi alayhi, by the fact that the people agree to his being the leader. The people gather around him and say, yes, you are the leader, wa ridahum bihi, and they are pleased with him. Okay, we agree that you are our leader, for huwa amirul mu'minin. Because they have agreed that he's the leader, he is their leader. This point is very, very important that it is so stressed, because in the community that we are in, people harass people who are supposed to be leaders of Muslims because they think that they have ascended leadership in a manner that the Sharia does not recognize. So they disqualify their leaders, recognition in their leadership based on the Sharia, because in their thinking they assume leadership in a way that the Sharia does not recognize. It's a major error in the community. So people will say there's a leader, he's bad, he's stupid, and you remember, if you say no, but they say don't say that about leaders in public, they say, are these ones the kind of leaders he's talking about? Okay, what kind of leaders is he talking about? So the leaders of the Muslims, it must be gotten right. The leaders of the Muslims are those that the Muslims agree that they are our leaders. Whether it is by pleasure, like Al-Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal said, alayhi rahmatullah, he said, bi ayyi wajhin kana, in any way that it exists or that it comes to be that he became the leader, bi rida aw bil ghalaba, whether the people accept him by pleasure that yes, you are our leader, or he forced them to accept that he is their leader. Anyone who does not accept that, I'll kill him. They say, oh sorry, don't kill us. Don't kill us. They feared his power and authority, then he is their leader. If he makes them do that, he's their leader. The fact that he got there illegal is something else, but the Sharia will recognize that leadership. Someone can say, so why can that be? How should that be? There are things like that in the Sharia. I give you one little example, and a lot of people fall error in this. The most correct opinion, Allahu A'lam, regarding use of sutra in salah is that it is obligatory for every person performing salah to use sutra. That is what we place in front of us, that is in the size of our elbow to the tip of the middle finger. The sutra is not sutra if it is not as high as that. By the definition in the hadith, he was asked alayhi salatu wassalam, what is sutra? And he described what sutra is. So the sutra must be in the size of the elbow to the tip of the middle finger to be called a sutra. And for the fact that he has commanded us and even said no one should perform his salah except that there is a sutra in front of him. So this makes us understand that he is telling us this obligatorily for us. So someone performs salah and does not have this sutra in front of him, he is sinning for not having sutra in front of him. But the salah is valid. The salah is valid while he is sinning for leaving the sutra. But the salah is valid. Nobody will say his salah is invalid. I give you another example. The Prophet ﷺ in the hadith of Abdullah ibn Abbas and many other companions radiyallahu anhum said, لا تحجن امرأة إلا ومعها ذو محرمها. Let not any woman perform Hajj except that she has her mahram with her. The question is, if she performs Hajj now without her mahram, does she have Hajj? Is the Hajj valid? The ulama were asked this question, and the response of Imam al-Albani alayhi rahmatullah is that she is sinning. She will be sinning throughout the journey, but her Hajj is valid. She will have the reward of the Hajj, but she's a sinner for going. So the question is, why should a woman be sinning in the process of obeying Allah? Why should the one performing salah without a sutra in front of him or her be sinning in the process of obeying Allah? What about if the salah the person is performing is nafil? So you want to perform a nafil of 2 rakats and you are sinning in the process. You are getting a sin for performing a mustahab. Look at the fiqh of such kind of people. Do you understand? Someone wants to perform just 2 rakats nafil without sutra in front of him. You'll be sinning for not having a sutra. You'll be rewarded only for mustahab. And he says alayhi salatu wassalam, إِذَا نَهَيْتُكُمْ عَنْ شَيْءٍ فَاجْتَنِبُوهُ. If I say don't do something, don't do it. No, don't give excuse. So it means that if it is a sin not to use sutra and we want to perform a salah that has to do with a nafil, that's a nafil salah, it's better for us not to perform the salah because there is no sutra than to perform a nafil act of ibadah, sinning in the process. If it is an obligatory salah, it is even better because the rewards, of course, that is clear for obligatory ibadat. He says, Man adali waliyan faqad barazani bil harb, in another riwayah. The one who offends my friend, it takes my friend as an enemy. He has invited me to a war with himself. That hadith in Sahih Bukhari. And he went on to say that the servant comes close to Allah more with deeds that are obligatory. So if regarding deeds that are obligatory, that are better than deeds that are only supererogatory, he is sinning, it is better for him than to sin when he is performing something that is only recommended. So we are just trying to say that in the acts of worship, some things are such that someone is doing that thing is valid, but he is sinning in some process regarding that which he is doing. So this is similar to this case. The person was killing him, he became, he said, oh, I'm the leader. I say, yes, we agree. Yes, his leadership is valid, but his means to achieving that leadership is faulty in the Sharia. We try to give just 1 or 2 examples. And the evidence for these statements of these scholars is found in the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Innahu satakunu hanatun hanat. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, Innahu satakunu hanatun hanat. Hanatun, hanat. Surely when I die, there will be great fitan. Ulama say hanatun, hanatun, haun, nunun, taun. Is hanatun, trials, great tribulations and mix up. He now said hanat. Many of such trials and tribulations will occur. He says, Faman arada an yufarriqa amra hazihil ummati. The one who intends to break the matter, to break that staff of authority, to break the allegiance that they have given to a leader, that is, that comes out against the leader in rebellion, the one who does that, the Prophet ﷺ said, وَهِيَ جَمِيعٌ. He wants to break your affair when the affair is agreed upon. He said, the one who wants to do that, فَضْرِبُوهُ بِالسَّيْفِ. The Prophet ﷺ said, فَضْرِبُوهُ بِالسَّيْفِ. Kill him with the sword. Someone, the affairs of the Muslims is gathered, and he wants to come out against that affair. Kill that one who comes out. So this makes us understand that when the Muslims agree on someone as a leader, one is their leader. Secondly, when someone comes and says, no, he's not the leader, I'm the new leader, now kill that second one. That's why he says again, alayhi salatu wassalam, that إِذَا بُوِي عَلَى خَلِيفَتَيْنِ, when two presidents or two khalifa are giving oath of allegiance, it says فَقْتُلُوا الْآخَرَ مِنْهُمَا. Kill the second one amongst the two of them. There's a Muslim giving leadership. Yes, we agree that you are the leader. The Muslims agree to his leadership. The next they are not going to say, no, he's not, I'm the one now. That second one that the people are okay, yeah, we agree. Kill the second one. Because he is doing that in opposition to a leadership that was already existed before his own leadership. The Prophet said so. So this makes us understand that when Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal alayhi rahmatullah said, وَمَنْ خَرَجَ عَلَى إِمَامٍ مِنْ أَئِمَّةِ الْمُسْلِمِينَ, anyone who comes out in rebellion against any one of the leaders of the Muslims, وَقَدْ كَانَ النَّاسُ اجْتَمَعُوا عَلَيْهِ, and that leader, people had agreed that he's the leader. It means leadership. Someone becomes a leader when the people agree that he's the leader. Don't ask whether it was democracy. Don't ask whether it was Jerry Rawlings who killed all the people and became the leader. Don't ask whether it was Muammar Gaddafi. If it was possible, kill all the people and became the leader. The leadership is valid, but his killing them are sins upon him. So no one should say, oh, is that the kind of leader I should obey? No, we are not going to accept. No, we are not going to. No, don't do that as a Muslim. So this is what the Imam is saying. So the first point is that the leader is the one that the people agree to his leadership. Al-Imam al-Nawawi alayhi rahmatullah, that hadith, or all the hadiths we had read, he had placed it in what he referred to in the bab under the chapter in Sahih Muslim. He said, Babu hukmi man farraqa amra al-muslimin wa huwa mujtama'un. The section regarding someone who breaks the ranks of the Muslims when their affairs is already agreed. When the Muslims are agreed on the leadership, someone else should not come. I do not like to comment regarding some events that happened recently in the country regarding someone being a leader and someone come and say, no, we don't accept. Someone become a leader and people say, hey, we are the leader. And people say, oh, we don't accept. Someone may raise an issue that those who accepted the leadership of those people are just some people he did not accept. The ulama say it is not a condition that every single person must go and take oath of allegiance from the Amir. Once the eminent people who have a say in the community take oath of allegiance, then the oath of allegiance is valid. And that was what happened with Abu Bakr and Siddiq. There were Muslims in other parts of the Muslim world when the Prophet died, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There were Muslims in Bahrain. There were Muslims in Yemen. There are Muslims in other parts of the Muslim world. No one said that we are not going to accept Abu Bakr and Siddiq as the Amir until all of us give our oath of allegiance to Abu Bakr and Siddiq. The fact that the eminent companions of the Prophet ﷺ were in Medina and they gave oath of allegiance, it is binding upon them. Ulama even say that not even all the eminent people, but a good number of them. That was why it was not a condition that because at the time they were giving the first oath of allegiance, Ali radiallahu anhu was not there. So it is not a reason to invalidate the leadership of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, because most other companions like him, he is just one amongst them, say yes, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq is the Amir. They had agreed. So he should not come and say no, I don't accept. And that was why he never said so. Radiallahu anhu. Ali radiallahu anhu never contested the leadership of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Why? Because he understands this concept that when you give oath of allegiance to a leader, as we have read in the first hadith, he said, alayhi salatu wassalam, iza buyi'a li khalifatain. When oath of allegiance is given to two khalifa, he said, fadribu al-akhara minhuma. Kill the second one amongst the two of them. So how, when the Muslims had already given to allegiance to Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, how is it taken? How can it be consumed? How can it be accommodated that Ali radiallahu anhu will now come and say, no, me, I don't accept, I'm supposed to be the Amir? He will never do so, radiallahu anhu, because he knows this statement of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that was why he was not killed. Because in some of the ahadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, kill that person, ka'ina man kana, whoever he is. We will read the hadith inshallah as we proceed. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, faqtuluhu ka'ina man kana, kill that person, whoever he is. So the fact that Ali radiallahu anhu was not killed nor challenged is evidence that he never challenged the leadership of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. We are trying to say that it is not even a condition that all the eminent people who have a say, stakeholders, must be there. When a sizable number of the stakeholders are there, it suffices, and no one should come in behind as a Muslim to say, no, me, I don't accept. If the rule of the game you play accepts that, but your deen does not accept that, is it not more honorable for you to follow the path that your deen accepts and agree than to follow the path that your dirty game accepts and you rebel? Which one of them is the path of honor? So people refuse. They follow the path of the game. They play the game and nothing happened. The fact that some people already have authority, play the game, and we saw it. The fact that some people have authority made it clear that there is really authority in their hands that should not have been challenged in the first place, as the deen dictated. So by then, people would have had reward of leaving it because of the deen, not leaving it because not leaving it because the law permits that we can do so, but leaving it because the deen does not permit that. When one of us is already given the leadership, then nobody should contest his leadership. These things are hardly understood matters today amongst the Muslims. It has caused a lot of problems. So people say, no, me, I didn't give oath of allegiance. Did you see me there? I give me, I don't agree. That statement is a statement of rebellion. That statement is a statement of mutiny. The Muslim should not make that kind of a statement. When somebody is agreed upon by the people as a leader, he is the leader. And this is what the Imams have been saying. This is what we have also seen from the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Unfortunately, the people who will incite the people towards these kind of actions are people that people consider as learned. But these are what the Prophet said. These are what the scholars before us in this Islam, that nobody can say, no, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal was saying that to satisfy kafir paymasters. Oh, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal was saying that because they want to give him minister of whatever. He said his own, and today we are reading it. وَكُلُّ خَيْرٍ فِي اتِّبَاءِ مَنْ سَلَفٍ. And every good is in following those who came before us. And here we are, that their statements is based on the statement of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Summarily, the leader of the Muslims is the one that the people agree to his leadership, and it is not right that he is rebelled against. So that is the first point in this regarding point number 33. The other points regarding that is the fact that the Imam said alayhi rahmatullah that وَمَنْ خَرَجَ عَلَى إِمَامٍ مِنْ أَئِمَّةِ الْمُسْلِمِينَ وَقَدْ كَانَ النَّاسُ اجْتَمَعُوا عَلَيْهِ وَأَقَرُّوا لَهُ بِالْخِلَافَةِ بِأَيِّ وَجْهٍ كَانَ بِالرِّضَى أَوْ بِالْغَلَبَةِ. He said, فَقَدْ شَقَّ عَصَى الْمُسْلِمِينَ. The one who does that has renounced the allegiance amongst the Muslims. He said, وَخَالَفَ آثَارًا عَنِ الرَّسُولِ صَلَّى اللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ وسلم. And that person has acted against what has been reported from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Meaning, the Prophet has said sallallahu alaihi wasallam that there must not be rebellion against the leaders. Where did he say so? We read a few ahadith. Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu, Abdur-Rahman ibn Sakhr, Hafizul Ummah, reported this hadith, and Imam Muslim mentioned it, related it in his Sahih Muslim, that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wasallam said, Man kharaja min at-ta'ah, the one who rebels, refuses obedience, wa faraqa al-jama'ata, and then he opposes the group of Muslims. The group of Muslims say, no, this is the leader. He say, no, me, I don't agree that he is the leader. He goes against them. Famata, and then he dies. Mata mitatan jahiliyatan. He has died in the manner the people used to die in the days of Jahiliyyah. You will see that the Prophet was linking rebellion to death, because what is common with rebellion is death. Alayhi salatu wasalam. He said, Man kharaja min at-ta'a, the one who is commanded by the leader, he says, no, me, I don't accept. Or he says, no, me, I don't agree that he's the leader. Wa faraqa al-jama'a, by that he opposes the group of the Muslims. He said, famata, and by so doing, by his rebellion, he dies. In the process of his rebellion, we no go agree, he dies. He said, that kind of a person, mata mitatan jahiliyatan, he has died in the manner people used to die in the days of Jahiliyyah. It meant what is common with rebellion is that they are put to death. I do not know in the country of the world where mutiny is 10 years imprisonment. Is it 10 years imprisonment in law in any part of the world? Someone says he wants to kill George Bush. They ask, why do you want to say? Because I want to become president of the world. Is there any human rights law anywhere that kind of a person, they will take him to White House and give him bread and tea and egg? Or they'll give him rice and chicken? Say, oh, you are a nice guy, very brave. They will kill the person. So killing is being killed is the result of rebellion. So he linked it, alayhi salatu wasalam. In the other hadith, he said, this hadith was reported by Abdullah ibn Abbas, radiyallahu anhuma. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Man ra'a min amirihi shay'an yakrahuhu, whoever notices or observes, sees something in his amir, leader, that he detests, falyasbir, let him be patient. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, Man ra'a fi amirihi ma yakrahuhu, aw man ra'a fi amirihi shay'an yakrahuhu, whoever sees in his amir something that he detests, falyasbir, let him be patient. فَإِنَّهُ مَنْ فَارَقَ الْجَمَاعَةَ, because any person who goes against the jama'ah, look at how he said, sallallahu alayhi, be patient, don't worry, don't say, oh, I'm oppressed, they are oppressors, we want to fight the oppressors. He said, falyasbir, be patient. He now said, فَإِنَّهُ, that is, if he's not patient, he should understand that man faraq al-jama'a shibran, anyone who opposes the jama'ah by a handspan, arm's length, that is by how he opposes, that is no matter how small, famata, and then he dies, he said sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said famitatun jahiliyatun, that kind of a death is the death of the people of Jahiliyyah. So when they come in hundreds, the people start killing them one after the other. The way people are killed without restriction in the days of Jahiliyyah. So he linked it to Jahiliyyah. He linked rebellion to death, and he linked their dying. He described it with the dying in the form of in the manner people died in the days of Jahiliyyah. So this makes us understand how distasteful, how wrong, how far from correct this issue of rebelling against leaders is. We are reading a hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Not just the statements. We are saying that these statements of Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal are established from these ahadith. They are Bukhari Muslim hadith. No doubt about Sihha. There is no doubt that it's not authentic. There is one reporter who is weak. They are authentic ahadith. So any alim who wants to say no, it's permissible, bring hadith. If you say you are a learned person, you say these things are wrong, bring hadith too. Where the Prophet encouraged you to fight the leaders, to abuse the leaders on the minbar on Friday, to curse them and pray against them, bring the hadith that says so. Bring the statement of the companions that says so. Bring the statement of any imam from the ai of this ummah that say what you are saying. So if you are alone, know that your kalam is shazun, strange, unknown in this ummah. And of course, those strange things will be rejected to the strangers who brought them. So what this ummah is upon is that rebellion is not known in the Sharia. The area, like I said, where people used to make the error is they will say that these people are not the kind of leaders. But we have established that the leaders are those that the Muslims agree to their leadership. So they are also wrong regarding that. So once they are wrong regarding that, then they should accept these ahadith. And the fact that the leader is the person that the Muslims agree that is their leader is also established based on ahadith. So ayn al-mafar. So there is no going out except to return to accept and stay upon what these ai were upon. Alayhim rahmatullah. That hadith of Ibn Abbas is reported by Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim. The third hadith we read, inshallah, is the hadith of Abdullah ibn Umar. In this hadith, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam said, Man khala'a yadan min ta'atin. Anyone who removes any hand, meaning by any means, he excludes himself from obeying the Amir. He rebels, come out against the Amir. Anybody who does so, brings out his hand against the Amir. I'm not going to follow you. Brings the hand to fight the Amir or do something against the Amir to remove him, perhaps. So the one who does this says, Laki Allah yawm al-qiyamati la hujjata lahu. He is going to meet Allah on the day of Qiyamah. He will have no evidence for his action. He says, alayhi salatu wasalam, this hadith is in Sahih Muslim. Abdullah ibn Umar reported it. Kitabul Imarat. You can go and read it. It's in Sahih Muslim. It's there. So when people read these books, they should explain all these things too to people. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Man khala'a yadan min ta'atin. The one who removes his hand against authority, against obedience. So I'm not going to accept. Or he says, no, I'm going to rebel. He rebels. The Laki Allah yawm al-qiyamati la hujjata lahu. He's going to meet Allah on the day of Qiyamah without any evidence. He will not have any say to liberate himself regarding the evil of what he has done. He will not have any excuse to vilify himself regarding what he has done. The Prophet said so. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So what do we do? The Prophet said you have no excuse. Will you come out on the day of Qiyamah and say, no, he oppressed me? He had said, Afali yasbir. Be patient. You were not patient. So he's going to meet Allah on the day of Qiyamah without any reason to free himself regarding the evil of what he has done. So this thing must be noted. He will not have any hujjah on the day of Qiyamah. So that's why the Prophet Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal said, وَخَالَفَ الْآثَارَ عَنْ رَسُولِ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. He has acted against the athar from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and those athar are some of which we have read to us. We pray Allah to preserve us from that evil. So mukhalafatu Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is something that is dangerous. It says فَلْيَحْذَرْ الَّذِينَ يُخَالِفُونَ عَنْ أَمْرِهِ أَنْ تُصِيبَهُم فِتْنَةٌ أَوْ يُصِيبَهُم عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. Allah says in Surah An-Nur, فَلْيَحْذَرْ, let them go and take time, let them go and be careful. Who? Those who oppose the commands of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And to see bahum fitna, so that a fitna does not attack them. You see, when Muslims don't live on the Kitab and Sunnah, except that we are leaving our beard and shortening our trousers. We are just deceiving ourselves. If Sunnah to us is beard, like I asked someone one day, he said somebody is a person of innovation. I said, why? He said, because he used to shave his beard. I said, so shaving his beard, is it fisk or bid'ah? He said, he can't understand. I said, okay, tell me another thing why the person is a person of bid'ah. He said he used to drag his trousers on the ground. I said, good. To drag the trousers on the ground, is it fisk or bid'ah? So is it a fasik you call him, or somebody who acts upon fisk you call him, or you call him somebody who acts upon an innovation? Or what do you call him? Is this a sinner? For example, someone who committing zina now, is he a mubtadi or a fasik? Is he committing a bid'ah or is committing a fisk? The man said, it is fisk. I said, so tell me why he is ahlul bid'ah. That is another problem we have. Many people so therefore think that to be ahlul sunnah is to leave beard alone and then shorten the trouser alone. No. These are the matters of sunnah. This is why in the beginning of this treatise, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal said, Usool-u-Sunnati indana, he started with at-tamassuku bima kana alayhi ashabu Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The foundation of sunnah. When you say sunnah, this is sunnah now. So the one who will do this is from the people of innovation. That is why we will see in the next statement of Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal what he said regarding those kind of people. So if you are doing that, you come to the member and say, oh, the leader, may Allah punish them. May Allah not make them reap good food. May Allah start saying those things. And people say you are an innovator. You say, how can we be innovators? See my biabia, see my trouser, see my turban. You say, that is not the thing we are talking about. Those ones are issues of fisk. Those things are issues of sins. What you are saying now, they are issues of innovation. Things you want to make us think that it is part of Islam. They are not part of Islam. Because they are justifying it. Oh, those people are oppressors. Those people are... Did you not read that Allah says, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ. You've not read that one? Did he say there that you should curse those people? Because Allah is not just that he will cause those things to happen. He will bring among us those who will cause those things to happen. Someone will kill somebody now. Naqsul amwal wal anfus. Someone is killed now. Is it Allah that came from heaven and killed him? No. Yes, it is Allah that took his soul. But that's why people who kill people are punished legally in the Sharia. So it is someone who will perhaps be the leader, and by his manner of leadership, he will make things difficult for people. Their farmland will die. No fertilizer, so to speak. There are so many things we die. So this is our leader. No water, no light, no electricity. He said, Fabashiru sabiri. Fabashiru sabiri. Be patient. Give glad tidings to those who are patient. Alladhina idha asabathum musiba. When a fitna comes to them, trial come to them. Qalu inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun. They are not remembering their leader, whether Yaradua or anyone. It is Allah their minds go to. So when Allah answers their prayer and he is ready to relieve them, he commands the heart of that one, say, I relieve these people now. So the leader begins to say, I'm sorry, I would have to relieve you people. He starts doing something good. Because his hearts are in the hands of Allah. He directs it to wherever he was. Al-Imam Ibn Jawzi in his book Talbisul Iblis, he said one of the Salaf was asked by his students that if you want to pass by a herd of animal and there is a dog that's guiding the animal, so because you want to pass, the dog comes and harasses you, you go away. You want to pass again, he comes, you go away. You say, what will you do? You say, I will try many times. The Imam said, you will go back many times. He said, yes, I'll keep on trying until I'm able to pass through. The Imam said, why not call the owner of the head of animal to control the dog? Then you have your way to pass through. So these leaders are controlled by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if we are patient and we better our affairs between we and Allah, Allah will direct their hearts to do what will favor us. And we have solved the problem. Like the man who will call the owner of the dog, the owner of the head of animal, that look, tell your dog, hold your dog. When he holds this, then he can go. Instead of trying to pass through 1,000,000 times without success. So, but all these, we think that, it is Islam, we'll be shouting against Allah, you can do. So the next time they interview them on the radio, Nigerians are suffering, say no, they should not be suffering. They are enjoying. Many of them are buying cars now, so they are enjoying. So his hearts become hard more. There's no kerosene, no, there's kerosene. There's no food for you, but they are phoning now. How can somebody who does not have food phone? Don't mind them, they are enjoying. That is the leader. People are dying in flood, they say no, don't worry. Let them die a little bit. Because the population is even too much. Because the people curse him, so his hearts become harder. And he becomes more oppressive. And then people come and say, it is Sunnah. No, it is not Sunnah, it is innovation. It is innovation. And that's why in the next point that follows, the 34th point, the Imam said, alayhi rahmatullah, that وَلَا يَحِلُّ كِتَالُ السُّلْطَانِ, and it is not permissible to fight and kill perhaps the sultan, the one in authority. Don't try it. Don't say you are the one who will go and wait for the president on the day of March past. لَا يَحِلُّ, it is not permissible to do so. Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, he said this. Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal died in about 256 years after Hijrah. 256 years after Hijrah. Subtract it from about 1429. About 1200 years ago. So if a leader is telling you today that don't come out again, don't say that it is kafir paymasters. Tell Ahmad bin Hanbal that he's also saying that to kafir paymasters. Say it. Say it to Ahmad bin Hanbal. Say it to Al-Imam al-Barbahari. And when you finish, come and say it to Allah's Messenger. Auzubillah. So this is our deen, and this is Sunnah. It is not all about Sunnah, just the beard and the trousers alone. It does not end there. What about your conduct? Was it only beard and the trouser that Allah sent the Prophet for? Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Which one is greater? Remove beard and kill a person, kill a soul. Which one is worse as a sin? Killing a soul, someone kills a soul. The other one shave his beard. Which one is worse? So the one who calls out a rebellion leads to that. So his sin is worse. Even when he's thinking that the one who does not leave his beard, he's shaving his beard, is from people of Bidah, it's wrong. I always say, people say it's Ahlul-Bidah, because he's not living. I say, why are you calling Ahlul-Bidah? It's not, that is not meaning that the person is from the people of Bidah. What is his Aqidah? Perhaps if you research, the person believes in the things of Sunnah, and he's just not leaving his beard because of personal failure. It does not mean that he's Mubtadi. He is sinning, and we should make nasiha to him, like we make nasiha to perhaps somebody making zina or somebody drinking alcohol, like a sin. He has not committed an act of innovation. So, but when someone begins to do things like this, he's innovating. We will hear what Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal said now. Alayhi rahmatullah. He says, وَلَا يَحِلُّ كِتَالُ السُّلْطَانِ, and it is not permissible to kill or fight the sultan, or to fight or kill the sultan. وَلَا الْخُرُوجُ عَلَيْهِ, and it is not permissible to rebel against the leader. Don't rebel. لِأَحَدٍ مِنَ النَّاسِ, it is not permissible for any person to do that amongst people. We said in one of the hadiths in Sahih Muslim that the Prophet said we should kill that person. Ka'inan man kana. No matter who the person is, kill him. So if truly there is Khilafah Islamiyah in the world, some people would have gone by now. Some people would have been killed by now, legally in the Sharia. It is the Amir who will kill them. He will order them to be killed. And what is their crime? Rebellion. Coming out on the minbar on Friday to be cursing an Amir, abusing the Amir. They will take them and then warn them, just don't do that again. So when people say in Saudi Arabia they pack many people and put to prison, I told somebody they put them to prison for a sin they commit. What is the sin? Rebellion. Because in Islam you don't rebel. If you rebel, you are killed. In fact, if they put you to prison, it's even good. If they kill all of you, they have really established the rule. If they put you in the prison, they are just thinking that perhaps you will change. You hear what the Prophet says to last. Prophet said, "Fadribuhu, kill him, be safe." He even told us with the sword, cut off his head, the one who rebels. So if they tell me that there are some shuyukh inside, yes, they are shuyukh, they are learned, but they do this thing, they should be killed. Is there anything that says if a sheikh commits zina and he has a wife, he should not be stoned to death? Is there anything that says so? So if he commits an act of rebellion, should he not be killed? Should he not be imprisoned? If the judges think that it is imprisonment first, they should give him. And that if he continues and says, see that this guy is not ready to change, they kill him. There is nothing about that. There is nothing about it. Anyone who says no, bring hadith. The Prophet said, kill the person who rebels. When the Muslim agree to the leadership of one person, the other one comes and says, no, he's not leader, he makes cases, he makes this, he rebels, and they arrest him. So don't do that again. He said, no, I won't answer, they kill him. You say, oh, they kill scholar. They have not killed scholar, they've just killed one Muslim. And they have killed him in a manner that is best for him. The Prophet ﷺ says that the one who is punished in this dunya for a sin that he commits, that has a legal punishment, he will be saved from its punishment on the day of Qiyamah. So they have done something, the best thing to him. So they say, if you say they pack the scholars and kill them, they've done the best to them, so that they do not become evil and sources of evil to other people. So this is our deen. So the person, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal was saying that it is not permissible for any person, no matter who the person is. He says, فَمَنْ فَعَلَ ذَلِكَ فَهُوَ مُبْتَدِئٌ. Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, he said, فَمَنْ فَعَلَ ذَلِكَ. Anyone who acts in rebellion against the leaders, فَهُوَ مُبْتَدِئٌ, he is innovator. Mubtadi', you see now, Mubtadi'. So if one imam comes and says, go out tomorrow, we'll go out in Mubtadi'. Who says so? Ahmad bin Hanbal, alayhi rahmatullah. He says, فَمَنْ فَعَلَ ذَلِكَ فَهُوَ مُبْتَدِئٌ. Anyone who does that is an innovator. عَلَى غَيْرِ السُنَّةِ وَالطَّرِيقِ. That person is not on sunnah. He's not on the right path. Sirat al-Mustaqim. He's not on it. He's rebelling. When the Prophet said, فَلِيَصْبِرْ مَنْ رَأَى شَيْئًا فِي أَمِيرِهِ يَكْرَهُهُ فَلِيَصْبِرْ. He said, no, me, I will not make sabr. Allah says, أَصَابَتْهُمْ فِتْنَةٌ قَالُوا إِنَّا لِلَّهِ. You say, no, you will not say إِنَّا لِلَّهِ. So come out. Come out and face the Amir. So, and then people see the consequences of their own handiworks. The brother has raised this matter. I told him, say it's a very simple thing. Those people who are killed for sins. The ones that are in prison were necessarily imprisoned. When Salman al-Auda was freed, why did he not continue to say that the leaders are kuffar and should be killed, should be rebelled against? And his students, like he used to say on the cassette, I don't know their relationship now. Abdullah Faisal was saying that they imprisoned their sheikh. When the sheikh changed now, he's not saying that again. Is he going to change? Because he says that they should fight, kill all the leaders and liberate Makkah and Medina. So you kill the kings, kill everyone and liberate Makkah and Medina. Who are those people you'll be killing? They are people that the people have agreed that they are the leaders. So even you, if you go there and you say that they catch you, they should kill you. وَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكَ. And it is best for you, so that you are saved the punishment of that sin on the day of Qiyamah. Like the one who is punished for zina or for theft or for things related to that. So the Imam said, alayhi rahmatullah, that وَلَا يَحِلُّ كِتَالُ السُّلْطَانِ. And it is not permissible to fight or kill the leader of the Muslims. Don't do it. وَلَا الْخُرُوجُ عَلَيْهِ. Or rebel against him. لِأَحَدٍ مِنَ النَّاسِ. It is not permissible for anyone amongst human beings. فَمَنْ فَعَلَ ذَلِكَ. Anyone who does that, فَهُوَ مُبْتَدِئٌ, is a person of innovation. عَلَى غَيْرِ السُّنَّةِ وَالطَّرِيقِ. Is not upon sunnah, is not upon the right path. These are from the things from which we know the people of sunnah. It's not just beard and trouser. So people now think that the icon, the label of sunnah is beard and trouser. It does not end there. These are the matters of sunnah. And the one who goes against them, like Imam said, he said, فَمَنْ فَعَلَ ذَلِكَ فَهُوَ مُبْتَدِئٌ. Even the beard, how are the Muslims keeping it? They will shave everything and leave the one under the jaw. That person who shaves the one on the cheek and the one who shaves everything, they are the same. They are the same. The beard is the jaw, the beard on the cheekbone. So the cheekbone starts from near the ear here, the joint on the ear between the cranium and the jaw. There's a joint there. So every hair on that bone round is the beard, lihya in Sharia. So some people remove all and leave just this one, like this. That's not from Islam. So that person now comes and says another one who remove everything is from bidah. You too, you are bidah now by that, by your own judgment. So we should not limit the sunnah to that. The sunnah encapsulates all these two that we had explained. I hope they are well understood, and I hope Allah uses them as sources of guidance and reward and entrance into Al-Jannah for the speaker and the listeners. أقول ما أقول هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Ameen. Alaikum salam. I think it's necessary that we mention that maybe this in Ramadan specifically, we are not going to be sitting because I will be away for almost 5 weeks from Ramadan and perhaps the first week after Ramadan. So then inshallah, the second week after Ramadan in Shawwal, inshallah, we will commence the other aspects of this book. And when we started, wallahi, I never knew it was going to take us this long before we run through the book. 50 points, and we are just in the 34th point now. But we pray Allah to accept it as an act of worship. We pray that He accepts it as one act sincerely done for Him, that He makes it as a source of guidance for us all. Jazakumullah khairan. So perhaps from the first from Ramadan we are not going to have any dars. Next week also perhaps it's not likely that we meet, but I'm not sure now. I think the safest thing is to say we should have this as our last dars, inshallah, and then suspend everything until 2 weeks after Ramadan, inshallah, the second week in the month of Shawwal. May Allah preserve us until then and upon goodness. Now, Alex and Abu Sakina, you raised your hand. Okay. We are ending today, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan. Alaykum salam.
The definition of the leader is one that has authority in his hand that can command.
The definition of what?
The leadership. A leader that you defined for us last week. There's someone that has authority in his hand. In a place of war where we know that the leaders there, they don't have authority, can someone go against some of his deeds?
In a place of work that we know that the people do not have authority, they have authority. If you go against their laws, perhaps maybe in a school, a teacher goes against the authority of the principal, he throws you out of the school. He has authority. The only thing is, he cannot exercise what is beyond his authority. For example, a principal say a teacher stole his money, so you want to cut his hand. Say, that's not for you. Say a principal made fornication with a girl, and this is common in schools. Allah understand. So when people do that, someone say, we will flog him 100. It's not your duty. The best you will do is throw him out of your school. But to say you flog him 100, take him to the Sharia courts. That is where the Sharia says he should be flogged. If you flog him, you are just beating him. Like the way area boys will beat a thief that they catch, even when they are not also completely free of it. So his authority is just to the extent of his authority, but he has some level of authority, and he should only exercise those. For example, when someone comes and say, shave your beard, like those soldiers that the government puts in NYSC camps. Hey, we start, shave that beard before tomorrow. You don't have that authority to say that people should shave that beard. And even if it is the president that says that somebody should shave the beard, he cannot obey him. Because innama ta'atu fil ma'ruf. Because obedience is regarding things that are right in the Sharia. When we say if you don't shave it, I will kill you, and you are sure that if you don't really shave it, he will kill you, it is one of two things. You either wait like that until he come and kill you, or you kuku just shave it until you have the time and the ability to be able to leave it. You understand? It's one of two. It's either you just shave it jejely, or you say, kill me now if you can. Or you just keep quiet. Because even that statement, kill me if you can, there is some level of rebellion in it. So we should be careful about these things. So those people will only exercise authority to the level of their ability. Someone build a house and builds a mosque inside. Or a group of people build a mosque. You come and do that is there. Do. They say, hey, we don't do that. I go. Just carry your bag and go away. Because if you don't go, the next time you come there, they can go and bring soldier and come and start becoming a talk. So people will be obeyed to the extent of their authority, one, and to the extent regarding what are they saying. So people say, in this one, if you want to be staying here, nobody should make tahiyatul masjid. I say, your authority does not go to the extent of telling us not to do that. So that's why NYSC say, oh, sisters, women should not wear hijab on their own orientation cards. Your authority does not go to the extent of telling women not to wear hijab and things like this. Allahu Alam. So when some Muslims now say, no, those sisters should remove their hijab, say, hey, don't tell them to remove their hijab. Leave individuals to themselves. So preach to them that it is not best for them. The safest thing is that they should wear their hijab and all this. Because if they don't wear it, there is no threat to their life. If they wear their hijab and they don't remove it, astaghfirullah. If they don't remove the hijab, there is no threat to their life. Will they be killed for not doing NYSC? So where is the threat? Where is the issue of darura? So there is no darura there. Now, yeah, they need money. That's all. So it's not darura that a sister goes to NYSC and she remove the beard because government says she should remove. No, it's not darura, because it does not threaten her life, either really or assumably. Because when the zanna is rajih, when we have a thought that it is most likely that they can cause her harm physically, maybe injuring her physically or taking her life completely, then you'll be talking about issues of darura. But when people go to orientation camp, they want to do can say, hey, darura. The same thing, people go into buses from Kao to wherever. They like to sit near a woman. Those conductors, if you say you know it, you say you are ustaz. Ustaz darura, and a conductor is still teaching you darura. Conductor will be teaching an ustaz darura. So yes, it's not darura. I can simply wait for another bus to come. If I can't wait, if no bus is ready to pick me in that I sit without telling, you can walk down. If you walk down, will you die? So but when the cases become a sister collapses now and there's nobody here except men, her collapse threatens really her life, either directly or likely. You can say we are sure that she will die, or you can say that it is likely that she may die. Then issues of the rule are coming. So men carry her, treat her and all this. But when there is no threat to life directly or indirectly, then there is no quoting darura. You understand? So these things also should be understood regarding matters like this. So somebody can say a sister wants to work in bank. They say that somebody cannot work in bank unless she remove her hijab. Must she, if she doesn't work in that bank, she will die? It's just because of money. So it's not darura. If she does it, she's sinning in many ways. She's sinning in many ways. So there is no darura there. Allahu alam. Alaykum salam. Alaykum salam. Faddal. Alaykum salam. Rahmatullah.
The question is there any authentic narration of the Prophet for good purpose this woman from becoming a leader? And if the answer is yes, the way the Jews are propagating their agenda in the whole world now, at least as we have witnessed in many countries. So it's just Islamic nation. If a woman becomes the president, then what is the responsibility of the woman?
If a woman becomes this leader that we talk about, it's like if a kafir becomes the leader. They are the same thing, because the leadership of a woman in the Sharia is basically invaluable. It is basically invalid. The leadership of a woman in the Sharia is basically invalid. The first question is there a hadith? Yes, there is a hadith, and the hadith is in Sahih Bukhari. It's authentic. That la yuflihu qawmun wala amrahum aw umurahum and imra'atun. that a group of people will not succeed, that their leader is a woman. The one who assumes their affairs is a woman. There are other verses of the Quran that the ulama have used, like the verse in Surah An-Nisa that Ar-Rijalu Qawwamuna 'ala an-Nisa. The men are the leaders, they are the teachers, they are the supporters of women. So when you say a woman is now the president of the country, she's the one ruling and controlling the affairs of the people, and she's someone who is to be controlled. A woman is naturally to be controlled. A woman must be controlled. There is nowhere in Sharia where Allah leave woman to be alone. She's from the beginning under her father. So the day you want to marry her, you are not even contracting the marriage with her. It is you and her father. Yes, now. The day of marriage, it is the man and man. So the man will say, I give her to you. So she is giving. Do we understand? A woman is giving. A woman is giving and taking. A woman can't divorce. She's divorced. A woman can't divorce. The best she can do is to seek for khul'u, and she go to Sharia court. If the husband refuses to grant the khul'u, that is a grant for request to divorce. So she can't just pack her load and say, I'm not married again, go, I'm going to our house. No, it's wrong. A woman cannot divorce a man. So she cannot rule over men. She is made to be ruled over. Anyone who does not like it should go and create his own heaven, his own earth, his own river, and be making that law there. Allah says, أَوَلَمْ يُنَشَّأُ فِي الْحِلْيَةِ وَهُوَ فِي الْخِصَامِ غَيْرُ مُبِينٍ. When the people ascribe female children to Allah, Allah rejects it. Are you ascribing to me someone who cannot be grown up except that you are designing her with a necklace and all this? When she's talking, she cannot even clarify herself. Is that the one you are ascribing to me? But look at what he said. Kul in kana lirrahmani waladan fa ana awwalul abidin. If Allah had a male child, he didn't say female. He rejected anything female. In another place, he says, still idan kismatun diza. You are unfair now. You take me, you give me a woman. So he said, even if I'm going to take a male child, waladan. So the women must be walaysa dhakaru kal unsa. They are not the same. This is Allah's creation. And that hikmah, we read it and learn it. Those people too read it and learn it, but they don't take it. They said there is what they call eco niche, ecological niche. They say the eco niche is the position that an organism occupies in the ecosystem. This is a system that Allah has created. Every organism is occupying a place. If that organism does not occupy that place, the system will fail. وَلَا تُخْسِرُ الْمِيزَانِ. He said, وَالسَّمَاءَ رَفَعَهَا وَوَضَعَ الْمِيزَانِ. So it is a mizan. Allah تَطْغَوْا فِي الْمِيزَانِ. If they say women should lead, they are challenging that mizan. Then that balance Allah has created. They are pulling the balance. The balance that they should make with justice and they should not destroy. So women are not created to lead by the one who created them. They should be led. And there are so many evidences, even biologically, that makes us understand that women must be led. One of it is, if the woman is the leader and she's on the war front, but she's menstruating and feeling menstrual pain, who will go ahead with the leadership? If we are performing salat now, menstruation starts like that, she starts using subhanallah in salah. So there are so many reasons why the woman, Allah did not create her for that. So every organism is created, and to occupy that niche, that position in ecosystem, Allah imbued that organism with things to enable him or her to carry out those responsibilities. The one that need claw, you give them claw. In the sea, there is an area referred to as neritic region of the ocean. The rays of light does not get to that area. So Allah created organisms there that do not have eyes, because eyes function where there is light. So they don't have eyes. So they say they have highly sensory cells. So as they go along, it is their cells that Allah has given them with which they navigate. Because they don't need the light. They don't need the eye, since light does not come there. So he created women and gave them what they need to fulfill their role. He gave men what we need to fulfill our roles. Allah tukhsirul mizan. Don't destroy that balance. Allah ya'lamu man khalaqa wa huwa al-latiful khabir. The one who has created something will heal. And that's why in any house, when the wife, yarhamukallah, when the wife likes to become the leader, there will be confusion. When a woman begins to take leadership in the house, it is the men who start saying, look, what's wrong with you? Are you living under the underwears of your wife? No, something is wrong. How will you control her? And it will affect every person in the family, including the servants, the maid, the children, every person. Go to the house of some army generals and see. They have wives that are, Allah understand, some of them. And even the recruits, the gate men among those soldiers, they suffer it when the woman of an army general is tough. It is the recruit that suffer it. Yes. Before them, she can slap their organa. Yes. And she cannot touch her. So when they do that to a soldier man, you know how he's feeling. You jam his car, the soldier boys come and beat you. You now slap the organ. How would they'll be boiling, but they can't react. Allah will understand. So Allah did not create women to lead. Anyone who say women must lead, go and create your own heaven, create your own earth, create your own ocean, and go there. Go and be making that law there, because the one who has the right to make a law is the one who has created something. So he said, in this my creation, you cannot do what you like except what I want. The question is, if that woman becomes a leader, should we obey that leader? We say yes. Once she has the power on the authority, it's like a kafir too, leading Muslims. If we don't have the power and authority to be able to remove that kafir, we don't remove him. We just be following like that. We know that it's a trial Allah has given to us. We'll be bettering our affairs. We'll get better our relationship with Allah. And we'll be begging him to liberate us from this. Because it's not a good thing at all. So we'll be following it. When we have the ability and opportunity, we'll remove her. Just like when we have the ability and opportunity, we'll remove a kafir leader. Do we understand? So don't mind America. They too can't make a woman their leader. They are just still joking. All those people shouting about, they are just joking. They can't make them their leaders because they know these things better. They study them. Don't you know? They study them. When Napoleon was fighting his wars of conquest and he was losing around North Africa, especially in Egypt, lost the first war, he said they should go and look for a horse for him. Is it Bonaparte? Cool? Napoleon Bonaparte. He said they should go and look for a horse. Not only that, a red Arabian horse. You know why he was looking for a horse? There's hadith in Bukhari and Muslim. It's authentic. The Prophet ﷺ says that Allah has ingrained success in the forehead of a horse. The Prophet ﷺ said Allah engrains success, victory in the forehead of a horse. So he got the red Arabian horse and climbed over it. He got the victory over the Muslims. So they know those things because they read them, they study them, they say, oh, let's know what are the strength points of these Muslims. And they also know that the strength points and the weak points of the Muslims are destroy their women and make them doubt their Islam. When the women are finished amongst Muslims, then there is trouble in the Ummah. So they catch the women first. When they catch the women, they are finished with the Ummah. First, the men, they make us doubt Islam. So they say so many things. They write so many things about our history, so many things about our Islam, so that when a Muslim reads it, or she reads it, she begins to doubt, can this be Islam? Because when the Muslim begins to doubt that, then he's in trouble. So then they raise a lot of crisis against the Muslims. That's why there is no way except that we go back to reading books like this that will make us know how are we really supposed to be Muslims. So they create what they refer to as pressure groups and human rights organizations. Muslims will come and say, I'm leader of pressure group, human rights organization. Something you should be catch and killed for. We should call you and kill you. Someone say, I'm CD, NLO, CD, CLO. You know CLO? Civil Liberties Organizations. The Muslims should not belong to those kind of organizations. Because they'll be coming out and protesting, shouting, we no go agree, catch all of them and kill all of them. So, Allahu Alam. The women are not in those places. We've gone ahead to explain this matter. But I think it is clear, Kumala. Now, Alhamdulillah, Hafiz Abu Khalid. Alaykum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My first question. When a leader who came to power through a wrong and realized that the means or the nature of the means came in is wrong, does it make tawbah by relinquishing his post or stepping down?
It is two ways. If he really likes to really perfect his attitudes, he recognized Ahlul Hil wal Iqd, people of eminence and say in the community, and he will gather them and tell them, appoint a leader. You understand? After his other tawbah, maybe kill people or things like that. So appoint another leader. They may also appoint him, because he has now repented. Say, okay, we make you. And once they say we make you, he becomes the leader. He can do that. But if he doesn't do it, he can repent and go ahead with his leadership. Just like someone who is not performing Salah with Sutra, if he sees a means to go to Sutra, he should go to the Sutra. And the matter ends there. Do you understand? Allahu Alam.
Someone who sees a leader, what he is, but he doesn't, on the minbar, for example, abuse or call for rebellion, but he criticized him on the minbar. What is this? For example, like I should...
No, don't mention specifics. You see, if he criticizes the leader and does not come out against the leader, he is encouraging the people to come out. If you come and say, you see this leader, they are thieves, they are this, don't mind them, they stole FCC money, they you are just talking. Well, when they arrest you, say, but I didn't tell them to come now, so what are you doing? That's why, despite the fact that there is mutiny, there is also inciting to mutiny. Inciting mutiny. Do you understand? Despite that there is mutiny, there is also inciting people towards mutiny. They are the same. They are the same. Even to be speaking it to individuals one to one and spreading it one by one is the same thing. Allah understand. Now, Malam Umar. Alaykum salam.
By the command of their leader, they kill some people.
Well, regarding whether someone can shave his beard to become police, is it darura that he must be police or army or air force? It's not darura. Remember what we said. It's not obligatory on the individual that he must be in the police. Do you understand? It's not obligatory on him that you as a person, you must be there. Is there any hadith that says you must be there? Or Quran verse? There is nothing. And there is no threat to your life. If I don't join police, they will kill me. If I don't join army, they will kill me, or air force also. So it's not a matter of darura. And this is what one of the scholars has said many years ago. I think Shaykh Abdul-Aziz bin Abdullah bin Bas. He gave that fatwa regarding someone who in Nigeria here was already in the NDA and they were ordered not to keep their beard. he called a Shaykh and asked him, should I remain in this school like that, in the NDA at the time? Should I remain? The Shaykh said, no, don't remain. It's an act of sin. Go out of the place. And the person went out of the place. So, that's regarding that. But he has now joined. And they said, go and kill Muslims. And he understands that these things are wrong. That he should do it. You gave Nigeria as an example. Even perhaps, let's say even America. He should not do things like that. Except if he knows that if he doesn't do it, they will kill him. And he's afraid for himself. But if he feels that it is an act of sin, I prefer that they kill me than I kill Muslims, then it is better for him to take that position of not killing them that he is killed, rather than he killing Muslims. If the Muslim stands up on the day of Qiyamah asking, Allah, he killed me, perhaps you are even fighting that country that they are fighting a cause that is legal in the Sharia. So he has two options. Either to kill them because he is scared that if he doesn't kill them, they will kill him. Or that he doesn't kill them and he is killed. And the second one is best for him. But it's better not to put ourselves in places of fitna like that. Wa alaikum salam. Okay.
The idea of not sparing the force because of achieving of hard deaths. All Muslims decide not to. What becomes the appeal of Muslims? Like all military police feel are now.
If it is true that, and it is possible that the Muslims in Nigeria say we are not going to join the army until you allow us to leave the beard, they will change the law in army. The reason why the law has not even changed is because we are joining. So if you refuse to remove it, they will tell you, look at this one. It's from, maybe you are from Imo State, a Muslim, you are leaving beard. There is a Muslim from Borno State, for example, or from Kano State, that already shave his beard. When you say you will not shave, they will say, come. They will call the two of you, say, you, Igbo man, which Islam when you say, Kano man self, don't shave your beard. You dey here. Let me say this here. The Director General of NYSC 2 years ago, what's his name? Not that. Bamai. Walter Oki. He was the NYSC director at the time when I served. So his secretary was saying to me then that, in fact, he said that too, that they find out that in NYSC they usually have problems with Yoruba Muslims when they say they should remove hijab. Then look at those people even from the north, the seat of caliphacy. Once you say remove the hijab, they will remove it. It is those Yoruba people, they don't remove their hijab. So, but if all the Muslims say we are not removing our hijab, they will change the law. But you know what he said? He said, but you Muslims, you had led Nigeria for how many years? Why didn't you change the law? Wallahi, he said that to me. That you have ruled Nigeria for so many years. Why did you not change the law? Is it me, Christian, that I should not change the law for you? I say yes. Because you know that it is unfair, and your religion does not support that it should be unfair to me, whether you are a Christian or not, or whether I am a Christian or not. You know it is not fair that you should say that I should not practice my religion. You know, you say that now. So it doesn't mean that because you are a Christian, the law should not be changed if it is unfair to a group of people. He changed the issue to another thing. One of the brothers, I think, was there, is here. So this is the way of the Muslims. If we say we are not doing, they will change the law. In Nigeria, this Nigeria that we know, if all northern states, for example, and the Muslims in Yoruba land, Igbo, everywhere, say, in this Nigeria, if you don't allow us to leave our beard, we will not join army. Because what you said is that if all the Muslims decide not to join army because of beard, what will happen to us? I say what will happen to us is that they will change that law to suit us. In this Nigeria that we know, wallahi, they will change the law. Allah understand. We'll take just the last question, inshallah. 2 questions. Last ones, please. We'll make them brief, inshallah. Now. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Okay.
It's come up sometimes in our school. There's this kind of business. Somebody practice. I don't know whether as individual or group that you buy some, although you are not in that business per se, but you buy something for somebody. Then the person will be paying instrumentally, then you now add maybe 10% on that money. Have you on that thing you bought? Whether as individual you're practicing that or as a group. Now if somebody now happens to have done that, and if it is not allowed, if somebody has done that, with that thing he bought, what will he do to that certain thing if it is not permissible?
Well, the scholars have they refer to that as bay'ut taqsit. Some of them say that it is permissible, and some of them say that it is not permissible. What is clear to me, Allahu Alam, is that it is not permissible, and there are scholars who have that opinion. Like Al-Imam al-Nasa'i, he made tabweeb in Sunan al-Nasa'i Kitab al-Buyu on that, the impermissibility of selling a property to somebody that he will pay at a particular time, but with a price different from if he is going to pay now. So that's the 10% that you mentioned will be upon it. He said that's permissible, that's not permissible, and he brought a hadith on that. You can go and look at Sunan al-Nasa'i Kitab al-Buyu. But yet some other scholars say no, it is permissible. Some other scholars say that it is permissible. So among those who say it's not permissible, Shaykh al-Albani alayhi rahmatullah. Among those who say that it is permissible, like people like Shaykh Abdul-Aziz ibn Abdullah ibn Baz alayhi rahmatullah. So it is practiced in some Muslim countries, like Saudi Arabia, for example. I know that. You can buy a car that's worth 16,000 riyals and pay 3,000 riyals. And every month you'll be paying the rest gradually, but at a price higher than if you want to pay the money cash. They even do that for laptops, even handsets. So people are able to buy a lot of things so that they are able to pay over time. Unfortunately, in their own country, the producers are the ones who are going to come with the products. If you are buying GMC Jeep, it is GMC that will sell it to you. So it makes the price lesser than what you have in places like our own country, because intermediaries come into the country with those cars. Things like that. So people do it. But what is most authentic, Allahu Alam, to me, is that it is not permissible. Now somebody has now done so. What will he do? Well, a similar question was asked Sheikh Muhammad ibn Salih al-Uthaymeen, that if someone was trading in riba at a time he was thinking that it is right, or he didn't know that it is wrong to trade in riba, even when he said that people like that are people who are living away from where Muslims are, such that they are so strange from the laws of Islam. But in case it happens, he said those wealth are still their wealth and they should keep the wealth. He said because when the Muslims, the companions of Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam radiyallahu anhum, became Muslims, the trade they had, the riba they had collected and all this, the Prophet did not tell them to throw it away. They were still spending that money even when they stopped those means of riba and other trade that the Sharia had prohibited after it became prohibited. So the fact that they were not in the knowledge, they were not prohibited to do it before in the Sharia, they didn't know, they were just doing it, whether right or wrong, they are just doing it, is made equal with like somebody who is doing it now when he does not know and he does not have a way that he can know. Because there are two types of jahl in this our Sharia. Yes, they say la taklifu ala al-mukallaf illa ma'al ilm. A legally responsible person is not held responsible in the Sharia except based on knowledge. He must know what for which he is being held responsible. So someone will not be held responsible for ignorance. But this ignorance, there are two types of ignorance. One, he will be held responsible. One, he will not be held responsible. The one for which he will be held responsible is in ignorance that he has ability to know but he refused to know. He can learn. People are learning. All these things are discussed, but he doesn't care to know. If he says, I didn't know, he will still be held responsible for his not knowing. In that case, the ignorance will not be an excuse. So that qaida will not apply to him. That la taklifu ala al-mukallafi illa ma'al ilm. It is not going to apply to him. The second case, and which is excusable, is someone he likes to know, but he just did not know. He likes to know, he is finding out, he is asking, but for one reason or the other, he just didn't know that one. And there are many issues like that. You are learning, reading. In fact, you may be a learned person, But there's a master, there's something you are doing that you don't just know. It's not that you don't know because you don't care to know, but you don't know because you are not just opportune to have known that one. That is the jahl that is excusable. So when they say that la taklif al-mukallaf illa ma'al ilm, is the ilm that he is just not able to know it for one reason or the other. So these kind of people, they should not throw away the wealth. They should keep on the wealth and stop those other means of acquiring wealth that they now know from the Sharia is not right. Allah knows best. The last question, Ko. If he knows this Muslim state will collect the money from him. If there is no state that will collect the money, he should go and give it to people in the understanding that he's not doing sadaqah, but he's keeping away what is illegal from him. He's disposing things that are illegal. What for which he will be rewarded is he is leaving something that is illegal. He will be rewarded for it. He will not be rewarded for making sadaqah. He will be rewarded for keeping away from something that is not permissible. Now the last question, inshallah. Alhamdulillah. Alaykum salam wa rahmatullah. The issue of it matters. It does not affect the validity of his leadership. Because if you say it doesn't matter, it means it could mean that he's not sinning, but he's sinning and he'll be held responsible by Allah. If Allah likes, he can punish him. If he likes, he can forgive him. So it still matters. Okay. No.
What they are doing is that they are demolishing the laws of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they are kind of enforcing those things that are not Allah's injunction on you. And are you going to
those people
that I like to, the people that share Islam before your thought were they Muslims, those leaders that very much against that time, were they Muslim leaders, and what was the significance?
Jazakallah khairan. The question is very, very multifaceted. Even when he mentioned it as two, there are so many. If the Muslims who make the leaders are Muslims who make halal haram and haram halal, there are two ways. Their conditions are two. One, they know that they are sinners. They know that what they are doing is wrong, but they are just doing it, and they are praying that Allah should forgive them. These people are not kuffar. There are some people who believe that the Sharia is wrong, obsolete. He doesn't care. Don't ask me about Allah's law or anything. Allah is Allah, and me and myself. Don't ask me. Those kind of actions are actions of kufr that take somebody out of Islam. For this second person, the question is he really now a kafir because he does something that's an act of kufr? We say no. Until some things are established against him. One, he should be educated that what he is doing is kufr. Not every person who acts upon kufr or makes a statement of kufr is a kafir. That's what is referred to the issue of kufr duna kufr. So we go to him. In this case, the kufr duna kufr is the first case. This now is real kufr. So we go to him and explain to him. So before such persons are declared by the scholars as kuffar, they will establish that they know, they have knowledge regarding what they are saying and the implications of their statement. 2, they are not compelled to have to say so, because once somebody is compelled, it is from what makes it impossible for us to make a takfir. We remember the case of Ammar ibn Yasir. The Prophet told you, if you are in such situation many times, say it many times, in as much as the iman is still established in your heart. And Allah revealed a verse regarding that. The other case are extreme joy or extreme anger. Someone is extremely angry or someone is extremely happy. You remember the hadith of someone who lost his animal. He sat under a tree and he found the animal in front of him. He said, "Oh my Lord," he said, "Ya Rabbi, he said, "Ya Allah, ana Rabbuka wa anta abdi." So, "Oh Allah, I'm your Lord, you are my servant." This person has made a statement of kufur, but he's not a kafir, because he made it in the case of extreme joy, extreme happiness. The same thing applies when someone makes a statement in the case of extreme annoyance. Because these two things, sometimes when they go to their extremes, they stand in between intelligence and rightness and proper thought. They do not allow thinking process to be normal. So these two things can't make someone to, like that person, he was not declared kafir. Do you understand? So like we mentioned 3 or 4 abi, those things ulama refer to them as mawani ut takfir. Those things that prevents you from making takfir upon the one who makes a statement of kufur. He has already made a statement too, or he has already acted that thing is kufur, but you are still not able to make kufur until you establish these things against him. So if it is now established, for example, like in the case you gave, that yes, they are guilty of all these things and they have known, they are not compelled, they are not in excessive anger, they are not in excessive happiness, everything, and you can think in your mind that they are kuffar. Perhaps the scholars even pass comments on them that they are kuffar. You understand? The question is, are you able to rebel against him? What are the implications of your rebelling against him? That is what the judgment now will be based upon. If you are capable of unseating him, go ahead and unseat him. If you are not capable of unseating him, the way the Muslim oppressor will behave that you are doing sabr is the way you are going to do sabr until Allah will bring fath for you. Just like the companions were also sabirun in Makkah until Allah brought fath for them. I just hope that it is clear. Shaykh Uthman bin Fudi, who did he fight? Well, I can remember the beginning of his jihad, the beginning of the wars, that he fought against non-Muslims and he fought against people of innovation who saw him as a threat and fought him. And it is not wrong to fight a conquering Muslim army who wants to conquer Muslims. A group of Muslims want to fight and conquer Muslims, they should be fought. Like Saddam wanted to fight and conquer Muslims, he should be fought. Because he treated